What my bad said was Zam Alphas. It's your boy Alphas LMA. We got a lot to talk about. Keep it 99. You know, this is the show where we keep it 99. We got Rolling Loud talk. We have box office talk, Kanye West, content creation, football, Aaron Rodgers news. Oh my goodness. Team USA lost again. I did talk about that on Monday Morning Quarterback, but we will go over it a little more, as well as the NBA offseason. Some trades went down. Some trades are rumored to go down. A lot of rumors, a lot of make-believe stories are coming out just because people want them clicks and clicks and clicks. And you know what? Cue the new intro. All right. So first off, we have to talk about how y'all doing today. I'll go into the comments and tell me, how are y'all doing today? How are you alphas doing? Are you alphas doing well? I'm manifesting blessings to each one of you that hear this, and hoping that you get that grind and you keep on stomping. You never know. Like I always say, something amazing can happen. If this is your first time listening, please hit that follow button. If this is your first time watching, please hit that subscribe button and like it and comment. This be the most interactive show in the world, especially when we go live every day. I want this to be the most interactive show there is. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what's the future. That's why this show kind of, if you're an old listener or old viewer, this show looks kind of similar because it's going to be the one that changes the most. What's New 99 going to change a little bit too, but this is the show that's going to change the most. So we kept it the same, but we got so much new stuff coming on, so much new things I'm excited about. And we got some topics to get to. And so y'all click this for the topic. So let's get into the topic. First off, box office talk. We have box office. What's happening in the movies? The movies are not doing well. Old got number one this week with 16.5 million, followed by Snake Eyes, which at 13.5 million. G.I. Joe, that was kind of a letdown for G.I. Joe. Midnight Shyamalan, I don't know that movie, how good that movie was projected to do, so I'm not pretty sure. I heard rumors that wasn't expected to do well. The concept of the movie was weird, but it is what it is. The reviews probably did both of these movies in, specifically Snake Eyes. G.I. Joe film, big franchise. The lack of belief, the reviews were terrible on it. I haven't watched it yet, so y'all can comment below. Was it terrible as everybody saying it was, or are people just making a big to do out of nothing? You know what I mean? Are they making a big to do out of nothing? And we also saw another gigantic dip between Black Widow and Fast 9. Plummeted. Space Jam plummeted more than both of them did. So, was it the first week movie hype? Was it what's happening? Why are people not returning to movies? Why aren't you? Are you not? Is the reason is the new Delta variant scaring you? I saw some people saying that's an excuse. I'm seeing a lot of excuses. I'm seeing some people say movies are too woke. I don't get that. We're going to have a conversation about that one day. Maybe we have it Thursday, but y'all have the definition of woke different. So I don't know, like y'all just took that word and used it in a weird way. So now it's something you had to deal with. But was it too, in your term, not the literal term, but in your term, is it too woke? Or is movies not written well? Because I noticed that's a problem, a big problem, specifically with like the likes of Snake Eyes. People said it wasn't a well-written script. They said the actors did great. It just wasn't real written. That's one of the reviews I saw on it. Is that it? Or is it just like a combination of all three? Or is it really COVID? Because that's the one I saw the most. I've seen a few people say woke, but that's like the same 200,000 people on YouTube. But then I see some people saying movies haven't been written well. They like series like Loki and the TV shows, but Black Widow wasn't their cup of tea in times of writing. So I saw Grace. Shout out to Grace. Grace Randolph, amazing YouTuber. I disagree with her a lot on a lot of things she say. So it is what it is. But she stated that it's the end of the $1 billion movies. We no longer get blockbusters. Is it that people stream now? That's another excuse. That's another reason. People streaming now. Is that the reason? Is people streaming the reason why this is not going down the way we thought it was go down? I don't know if Black Widow realistically at this point had a real legit shot They're getting 100,000. I mean a billion. It's at 300 million right now. Probably get to 400 million. Maybe get to 500 million. But did it have a shot? Fast 9, did it have a shot? Like, do they really have a shot to get to 1 billion? With people getting comfortable with streaming, or people getting worried about the Delta variant? I know a lot of people are really comfortable in their house. They don't have to listen to that person in the next to them talking, running the movie experience for them. They don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. So they're more likely like, hey, if I could pay $30, I could stay at home. I know movie theaters was complaining about Disney Plus putting Black Widow on their service. Talking about they running the theaters, but your other movies that didn't do that good either. So I don't know what to say about that. So we gotta talk. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? What is your reason? Because your reason might be different from other people's reasons. It might be a myriad of reasons. It might be some reasons we not even talk about. Why are people not going to the movies? Most likely for me, it would probably be Delta variant, or if I can wait for it to come out on streaming, because I feel like movies are gonna come on streaming quicker. I do. I feel like they're gonna come on demand quicker. I think Black Widow, I don't know if it's coming on Disney Plus, but it's coming on demand August 10th, right? They're coming out quicker. So what I wait, I did go see Black Widow and Fast 9, by the way. I see Snake Eyes. I wasn't interested in the trailer. I wasn't interested in anything about it, so I didn't go see it. But yeah, stuff like that. I'm very interested in your thoughts, because y'all might have reasons I ain't never thought of. I want to go over. I want to read your reasons why you don't go to the theater. We finna go into a little bit of music. We're gonna delve into a little music. Keep it down now. We delve into anything. Delve into a little bit of everything. Thank you for listening. If you are a listener, if it's your first time listening, please hit that follow button. If you are first time, subscribe. You know we on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Anchor, Spotify, whatever platforms podcasts are held. So it's a lot of different stuff going on. I'm excited. I'm excited to get the new for the old listeners. I know y'all see the new, for the old viewer. Y'all see a new intro. I'm excited about that. I'm happy for that, keeping that intro. I was really hoping Joe is here, but my co-host is not here today. He's on vacation. Shout out to him. He's watching Superman right now. So shout out to Joe, man. Joe, hit that like button and comment. Comment your thoughts on everyone. I want 15 comments from Unico. And this is one I know he wanted to talk about. So I show better here comment on this. Kanye West Donda album. The Donda album. I said Adam. I don't know. It's late. I'm sorry when I recorded. But people loved it. Broke streaming records, live streaming record on Apple Music. Did numbers. Inspired Kanye. Kanye was shocked by the love. He decided that he's going to stay in the stadium, the Mercedes Benz Stadium in Atlanta. He said he's going to stay there and finish the album. If you listen to the album did seem unfinished. It was very raw. Jay-Z, they said he sent his verse a few hours before. So they did the Jay-Z verse after he left Kim. I guess him and Jay-Z reconciled, because I know that was a big contention of the Beyonce and Jay. I know that was the Kardashians. So that was very good to see that Jay-Z, they talking about maybe another Watch the Throne. I got excited about that. Watch the Throne. You know how crazy a Watch the Throne would be right now? Yeah, so getting back to that good old music, man. Yeah, he stayed there and I see a lot of people praising it. I did not, unfortunately, I did not get a chance to listen to it. So if y'all would help me and get your thoughts on it, I do not have Apple Music, so I couldn't listen to it. But let me know, what do y'all think on it? What were y'all thoughts? This is specifically for the YouTube people. I'm sorry, Spotify people. I'm just talking my thoughts right now. But if you want to go to YouTube, or you want to go to my Twitter and anything, the link is in the description. If you want to do that, you can want to tell me personally on my Twitter, you can. But for the YouTube people, you tell me in the comment, what do you think of the album? Is Kanye back? Are we back to the old Ye? Does the pain of him having that divorce bring out what we say it does in all the artists? It brings out that big energy, that feeling that rappers and musicians don't really get anymore, because they live such a privileged life. Is that the theory we're going with? Is that how we going with this? Is that what happened? Is that why we might get a classic Kanye? I don't know if it's gonna be ever beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy or graduation or college dropout. It could be special, so I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait till it come out. Shout out to Kanye. I know he has issues and stuff, but man, I always root for a brother to get on his feet, do his thing. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to seeing what he has and how that album sounds. Speaking of music, we have Rolling Loud, and the trend on Rolling Loud has been trending a lot from the double XL verse from a show she had from now Rolling Loud that Coi Leray. I love her energy. Can I just say that before I say anything? Because it's gonna sound like I'm hating, but I'm not. I'm just telling you what I see, what I notice. Because I'm not in her type of music anyway. It's not for me. I'm not even gonna pretend it's not for me. But I love her energy. I love that she can get hyped when nobody else does. That's amazing to me. So shout out to her. That's an amazing ability to get hyped when nobody else does. So shout out to her. So it's no hate, but according to the people, it seems like they don't like it. To me, it doesn't sound good, but like I said, it's not for me, so I'm not gonna judge it off that. But it seemed like that whole young crowd in down there in Florida looked at that thing and just I have never seen a rolling loud crowd that quiet. I have never seen it. I thought when she did the concert, I thought that maybe she was just at a concert that featured like Wale or something. And then she came out and them older people like, what is this? It turns out it might not be that. It might be people not really not messing with music. And honestly, I hope she win. I hope she saves her money. I hope she does her thing because I don't know. I've never seen an artist. I've never seen that. Even artists that fall off. I've never seen people sit there and quiet. And it's not like it's a common thing that happens that they're trolling with her. I just wasn't feeling it. If it was like a thing that people did just for fun, and I saw on Twitter that people like, yo, we're going to the Coi Leray concert and being quiet, I understand it. But it's not. So I want to know your thoughts. Again, this is an interactive podcast. I don't have no one to play off of. So I want to know what y'all thoughts are. I want to know, do you feel the same way? Because it is. I'm sorry I do that for the Spotify people and the Apple Music people that listen every week. I apologize for keep saying what are your thoughts because, like I said, I'm so long used to have somebody to play off of. But this week, I'm rocking with y'all. I want to know y'all comments. I want y'all to be very interactive. This is a new era in keeping 99. This is a new era in overall 99. We changed the logos. We changed everything. Keeping 99 the only logo that stayed. Probably going to stay because it's one of my favorite logos. It's unique to me. But everything else has got completely revamped besides the Keep It 99 stuff. So even though it's somewhat revamped than what it was, but yeah, I just want to know your thoughts. How do you feel? So this is gonna be very interactive. Speaking of interactive, you old heads with me, and we got some old heads out here. T-Pain, Wale emerged as crowd favorites. Uzi, these older acts. They look like they did the best. I know we're gonna talk about it later. The baby had one a lot of older acts. Travis Scott I heard did like the best. I didn't see many like newer acts that were just going out there and killing it, you know what I mean? I didn't see a lot of that. I didn't see a lot of newer acts go out there and do their thing. And I got a theory. This is my theory. My theory is that younger acts are made for streaming and they do not do well in front of a crowd. They don't know how to perform. Their songs aren't performative. They're getting carried by producers, and I know it sounds like I'm hating, and I know some young people are like, "You a hater," but so I'm telling the truth. If you get carried, you get carried by the producer. Pay the producers, man. That's all I'm for. I'm for paying the producer. Pay these people that's carrying y'all because y'all music, it's not all that. Being 100%, your music is not all that. So pay the producers. Do what you gotta do. Them old acts, every one of them. even though some of them, they're not old, but they're older acts. You know what I mean? They are people who are not new to the game. They have been doing this, and we kind of felt like that a few years ago. But they had some special artists. Remember the Joe Budden, Everyday Struggle era? They had some artists that I feel like, okay, they can overcome it, but a lot of these aren't really like acts that gonna survive. You don't believe me? A lot of them didn't survive. If I showed you a picture of half the people on the Mexican list, you'd be like, who is that and why are they there? That happened to be it. Speaking of Rolling Loud, the last thing we want to talk about in music and Rolling Loud is the baby. He had a lot of controversy. He had, first he brought out Tory Lanez. We've spoken on Tory Lanez on this show. We're not going to do it too much, but he brought out Tory Lanez, which is very controversial. After his incident with Meg Thee Stallion, people perceived he threw a diss at Meg Thee Stallion also. I don't know about that. I think people are reaching for a story at that point. Could been, I could be wrong, but it felt like people reaching for a story. But he did offend the gay LGBTQ community. He did. He defended him. He offended him. Sorry, so late, but he offended him. Personally, it was an offense because I have dope people, Mario, Psy, these legendary alphas. They offended. They have every right to be offended by what he said. I don't know if he meant it in a bad way, and the only reason I said that is because I understand being from the hood and growing up with certain slang and words. No excuse for it, by the way. I'm not making an excuse for what he said. I'm just saying certain words and things you say, what you're used to growing up, because he's a little bit younger than me, so he's gonna be around that same area. I happen to learn from people, and I learned, bro, if people offended, it's best just to be nice, right? So I accept it and like, yo, just because I was raised a certain way or believed a certain way don't mean I'm right. And you can still love and understand people. And I wish he would have took the opportunity to. I wish he took the opportunity to take it by the horns. Right? Take this story by the horn. Even though I kind of get what he's saying, he didn't mean no offense by it, but at the same time, it's offensive. You can not mean offense by something and still be offensive, right? That's not impossible. Everybody does it. You just say things out of habit, or you in the middle of something and you just say something and then somebody like, did you have to do that? It might not have been to the extent the baby did, but we do it. We say something that we don't got no business. I'm all for people not perfect. That's why I wish, personally, he would have took it by the horns and owned it and grew from it and expressed itself better. Because like I said, I get it though. I understand. Those people are like, oh, you playing the fence. No, I'm getting it, but I'm telling you it's wrong, right? If people are offended, they are offended. People are soft doesn't mean they are offended. Back in the 90s, people said mean things to cope with stress. Plus, you don't have to, back then and now, you don't have to deal with the internet. That's the biggest thing I think people are, the thing in the 90s, people are still soft. You just didn't have to deal with crap as often. Like if you got bullied at school, you got bullied only at school. You didn't go online and get bullied again. You didn't have to see a video of you getting beat up. Right? You didn't have cell phone where everybody records you getting beat up. You just got beat up and you went on about your business. And then do like my grandpa told you, punch the bully in the nose and he'll leave you alone eventually. Even if he beat you up, he gonna get tired of getting punched in the nose. That's what I raised out for. But imagine you punch him in the nose, he beat you up, and then you gotta go live through it every day. Right? Then he don't even have to beat you up no more. He got a video. He has nothing to prove. So, like I said, so people say he's softer. It's a different time, man. The internet causes everything to be bigger than it is. Everything, wokeisms, and and whatever y'all want to call it, y'all style of woke seems bigger than it is. Council culture bigger than it is. No one, like KSI said, council culture is a vacation. Not really. Who has been really council outside of Donald Trump? No one. You can say some older people that got canceled allegedly a long time ago, but cancel culture wasn't even around then. So you basically just saying it to say it at that point. Yeah, so you're basically saying what you're saying it. We got some content, some YouTube, some content creator news. We got a lot of news, man. We getting it on that. We have former 100 Thieves Twitch star Frosty had raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for gamers outreach, blowing his 50,000 goal out of the water. Hundreds of thousands. I think it was right. I don't know how many. It was almost 500,000. I think he came around. I think he came around with almost $500,000. And PayPal shut it down. PayPal has weird policies. They shut down. Say he's taking them to court to contest it. Frosty is saying is willing to take PayPal to court. PayPal is terrible at times. Like, it's an app that's convenient, but at times, like, they will come up with, they have this weird policy that you don't read, and it'll be some weird policy that if we believe something, it doesn't have to be legit. If we believe something, we will shut down your account and won't give you your money. Meaning they'll just hold your money in your account to not get it back, and you have to go through so much to get it back. I've seen this happen with a lot of Twitch streamers, mostly Twitch streamers. They have a problem with chargebacks. Like, somebody can like charge back, and they can pretend like they give you a lot of money and charge back because you didn't. Like, I made a video yesterday, you didn't date them or something. Like, it's all kind of weird stuff that PayPal allows. That's kind of out. You probably, and the problem, my big problem with PayPal is that they don't say you, instead of doing the sensible thing, right? What would you think the sensible thing would be? You think the sensible thing would be to say, hey, you can't use this account no more. Something suspicious. We're shutting it down, but you can make a claim, write it down, right? Show us video, and you can get the money out. But we still thinking we still want to do our own research. But instead they like, no, you can't touch the money. Like, just imagine if you had like hundreds of $1,000s in a PayPal account, and PayPal just decided it looks suspicious because it looks suspicious. Too much money going here at one time. We don't like shut down. So you got hundreds of $1,000s in the PayPal account that you can't touch. But in this case, it's worse because it's meant to go to charity. This is actually meant to go to charity. So it makes this even worse, bro. This makes this even worse. Speaking of worse, y'all hear about Activision and Blizzard? Right now, nearly 1,000 current and former Activision Blizzard employees have signed an open letter decrying the company's response to the recent Californian civil lawsuit, which alleges discrimination in the workplace. 1,000 former and current employees are signing a petition to be like, how dare you respond in a horrible way to what we said you did. The former, I think he's the former CEO, apologized, but the company refused. That's why you don't see a lot of people playing. You still see a lot, but you don't see as many streamers playing Warzone and stuff like that, or WoW. WoW kind of dying off anyway because of simply Final Fantasy 14 is picking up. Elder Scrolls Online been kind of up, and then you have the New World game coming out. So those games are taking over. The WoW's kind of been trailing off anyway, and then you have Warzone, which has a hacker problem, so people don't want to play it anyway. But you see these allegations. You're like, I most definitely don't want to play this. I don't want to support this company that harass women, which demote women because they're cute and don't do what they want. These some serious accusations. Activision. I know a lot of people ain't like y'all for a long time, and it seems like it's a good reason. Get it together, please. Please get it together. That's all I ask. Get it together. Apologize, make stuff right, do better. Can't change the past, but you can sure do better in the future. Activision. That don't mean y'all should support it, but at least make an attempt. That response was terrible. Now we're finna get into sports topic. I know that a lot of people here for sports. Sports is big over here, right? Apparently, we're gonna talk about some football first. We got a lot of basketball stuff to talk about then. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers is coming back to Green Bay. Green Bay to make some concessions. Apparently, return to Packers to play. If they sign off on it, Aaron Rodgers is willing to play, and he would ultimately get to pick where he go next year. You play for him for a year, allow the backup quarterback that they just drafted to get a year of experience, and then Aaron gets to pick where he go. If some of the concessions, he get to make some decisions, he get to make some concessions, but ultimately he get to control his destiny. And he gets to choose where he go, and that's the concession he'll say he'll play. The Packers are, of course, probably desperate. Jordan Love is not ready. So they're like, hey, maybe he'll be ready in a year, but we need to get you back for this year. And we'll trade whoever as long as they give us what we want. But this gives them a disadvantage, though. If I know Aaron Rodgers, but I doubt Aaron will have just one place he want to go. He'll probably have like 3. Like maybe the Saints, Broncos, somewhere else. And then he'll be like, hey, these are the 3 teams. And then maybe Green Bay can use it to their advantage to like leeway trade between them 3. If he just pick one team, they're screwed. One team can offer you whatever. Aaron don't want to play for y'all. You gotta deal with that. So, but I think he'll do 3 or 4 teams because I don't think he's like. I don't know if he's has his heart set on playing for one team. So we'll see how that goes. I'm interested to see if they announce the concessions, what they're gonna do about Aaron Rodgers, among other things. Texans are fielding offers for Deshaun Watson. It finally happened. They finally filled an offer. The Texans quarterback, who has allegedly had 22 female complaints about him, sexually harassing. It's not the other word, but he has 22 of them, and essentially they're shopping him now. We haven't heard nothing about him since the incident. We haven't heard much about the trade request. We haven't heard much of nothing. Houston seems to be a spot that sports people want to leave. They like to visit, but they want to leave. I don't know what it is about Houston, actually. I really don't. But apparently they're fielding offers, and I don't know who's teams are willing to give away a lot. Deshaun Watson is 25, all-star level talent. I mean, he's all-star level talent. He's amazing. I don't know what to say about the 22 thing. I don't know what the situation is going to be. I don't know how long he's going to be suspended. I don't know what's going to come out. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with that. So we're going to wait and see. Not going to jump to the conclusion. We're going to wait and see on that. On the whatever the league does, whether somebody trades him, we're going to talk about it. Team USA struggles. I did a video on this yesterday. Y'all should go watch. I did a whole detailed rule on it. I don't really have much to say about it because I said it yesterday in that video. So go watch that video. But the FIBA rules versus the NBA rules, I think the FIBA rules are better. I think it's a better product. I think it requires more skill, more dedication, and more want. People say the league more skilled now. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I see a lot of people being able to be a little physical and getting around it takes skill. Whereas if you accidentally jump the wrong way, I throw my arms and use a foul, it's not skill. That is taking advantage of the rules. But the NBA said, I'm not mad at you. Like I said in the video, you're not soft because of it. You're just taking advantage of what you got. Why would work smarter, not harder? If the league allowed me to do it, why would I not do it? If your job allows you to take a shortcut, you're gonna take a shortcut. And I don't know if, like I said, watch that video tomorrow. And I got one more question I didn't even answer in that video. And I want to shout out to the forum, but the forum players have got a lot better. I didn't say that in yesterday's video. The foreign players have got better. You got people like Luka, Fournier, Patty Mills. These are NBA players. Nigeria had a bunch of NBA players. Like a lot of these teams have NBA players on their rosters. Like they do. You can, if you Greek freaking Embiid would have played, they would have had more NBA All-Star. Top defensive candidate. The top 3 players not even from America this year. The top 3 MVP candidate. What was it? Who was it? Jokic, Embiid. It was Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis. You got Luka up here, the top 5 too, and top maybe top. No, he went top 5 in MVP, but he a top 10 player. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of top 10s that's not from America now. The MVP not from America. The runner-up not from America. The third runner-up not from America. The last 2 MVPs not from America. Shout out to the foreign game, man. They killing it right now. Overall talent, we should win. But it is what it is. Go look at that video tomorrow. I talked about it. Now, and I'm gonna add one more thing to that. Is it the players, the coach, or the system? It's all 3. But probably more on the players in it. Because it's basketball. You should learn how, if you take your time to learn how to study the game, you know how other people play. But they are so one-on-one scoring heavy. And people talk about ISO back in the day. Like, the league used to be nothing but ISO. Now they actually run plays and pick and rolls and stuff. I'm like, yeah, they get shots up, man. High volume. It's a lot of high volume scoring. Back in then, it wasn't even that many high volume scores. People said it was, but it wasn't. Go back and look at those games. Even in the 2000s, the late 2000s, when I'm in that ISO player, it wasn't many people just jacking up 30 shots a game. You know what I mean? It is what it is now, man. But so I think it's more on the players, but it's different things going on that can change it. Okay, we got the NBA off season. According to everybody, we expecting a lot of trades. We're looking at the Ben Simmons, Dame Lillard, Bradley Beal, Siakam. I'm seeing Kyle Lowry name being traded around. I'm seeing DeJounte Murray, I guess. I saw that. Most of these things aren't. A lot of these aren't true. I'm seeing Cade get his name offered from Detroit with SG down in Oklahoma City. They had put a little package together. I see a lot of these different trades coming up, man. And who do I think is the biggest shot? Who would be the biggest shot in terms of being traded? I think if it would be, it'd be Dame, right? Dame would be the biggest shot if he were to be traded. Like he would be the biggest shot if he was traded. That would be the biggest shot of anybody, right? Because unless Dame say he wants to be traded. If he doesn't say it, him being traded would surprise me. If he says it's no longer a shot, and maybe a Siakam trade, because I haven't even heard them offer him, but they saying his name. According to people, it's gonna be a lot of trades this offseason. A lot of people unhappy. Philly want a lot for Ben Simmons, according to a report, Ben not even answering his phone to Philly. Now, Philly and Ben Simmons' team denied that and said they talked on his birthday, which was a few days ago, matter of fact. It wasn't even 3-4 days ago. They talked on his birthday, so I don't know where they got it from. That story came from a website that seemed the most sus I have ever seen in my life. It was like, it wasn't even English, it was like ERPPY. All right, we back. But yeah, man, it was essentially it was a sus site, bro. I don't know what the site was. I don't trust that site. That site was suspect. I thought I was gonna get a virus. I didn't even click it. I thought I was gonna get a virus playing with that site. Like, no, we're not clicking that site. No, we're not doing that here. I refuse to do that. Speaking of, let's talk about this trade. Jonas Valanciunas, number 17 and number 51 pick to New Orleans for Steven Adams, Eric Bledsoe, number 10 and number 40 pick, and a 2022 protected first round pick via the Lakers. And all this is to hope to create salary space for Alonzo Ball. Why would Memphis do this? I don't know. Maybe they feel like they needed a rim protector because Rudy Gobert like this year. Maybe they wanted somebody really bad at number 10. I get why, like I said, I get why New Orleans did it. because they get Cap and they can get Lonzo back. That was the biggest problem they had because that's why they was offering trading them. But they didn't know if they're gonna have money to get them back. So I understand that pick. But yeah, it is. It was an interesting pick. Who do I think won that? Who do I think won that trade? I don't know. Does this get Zion back? Does he not want to be traded because he got Valanciunas now? Zion ain't quite Zion, so he doesn't need to be in the paint anymore. So I don't know if Steven Adams is gonna be a problem. Steven Adams slower now? Is he older? I didn't really watch a lot of New Orleans at the end of the year. I watched him at the beginning, but I really didn't. So is he slower? If he's slower, Memphis, New Orleans won that trade. They did get Eric Bledsoe though. Eric Bledsoe is, they said, rumored that he Philadelphia 76ers iron him, which would end my 76er fan base. I'm done with that team if that happens. We're gonna finish this podcast. It's gonna be a little show when I'm by myself. It's late and I'm tired. Like and subscribe if you listening through podcasts like Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, whatever. Hit the follow button. Follow your boy. Follow your boy for some dope content because we finna start putting it out, man. We finna start putting it out. And finally, we're gonna talk about Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington in a welterweight title rematch in November. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm wary. Are we gonna start just getting a bunch of rematches? I'll worry about that just because the biggest names now is like, I feel like there's no. We do got Charles Oliveira, but he's getting his title shot. We got Sugar Shane, but are people really like picking up now? Like at one point, I was seeing it was Dustin, Connor, Justin, all them people. They were coming up while you had GSP and all them. You had Usman, you had Adesanya, you had all these people. While you had GSP, while you had Anderson Silva, while you had Cowboy Moran. You had these people. You had John Jones. You had these people. Then you had Ngannou was coming up, but you had these people already established. And you had Weidman, you have all these people. And then you had these people coming up. But now I don't feel as many people coming up. It's like all in one weight division though. Like the Oliveira's, they coming up. Sugar Shane, but they all like in the same area and it's not many of them. So are we starting to get a lot of rematches? That's what I worry about the UFC. I hope we don't start getting a lot. Anyway, we're going to end this a little early. It is late. But I do appreciate y'all, and I want to thank y'all for listening. And remember to keep stomping. Why? Hope y'all like the intro, though. I really do. Because you might learn how to make a dope intro one day. And then something amazing can happen. Peace. Love you.